Hello, welcome back to the Michael Batson Show. One of our first guests is Brendan King, High Affiliate of the Chicago Cubs, the voice of the High Affiliate of the Chicago Cubs. Thanks so much for joining us, Brendan.
Hey, Michael, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
How's the season going first?
It's been a fun summer, man. It's been a really fun year. You take a look at the guys that have passed through South Bend, some of the top Chicago Cubs prospects, and Pete Crow Armstrong, Jordan Wicks, Owen Casey, DJ Hers, the list goes on. And it's been a fun team to cover. It's been my first summer back in South Bend since 2019, and a lot of memories there from what that 2019 team did at the time, winning the Midwest League Championship. And, right now, Michael, as you know, the Cubs are a few games ahead for first place in the West Division in the Midwest League. So trying to close out a playoff spot right now. And if that happens, then you never know what can happen on that September dash. That's some of the most fun stuff that a broadcaster can cover.
So is today an off day? How do you have time for us?
Yeah, so I actually did not travel this week with the team. My broadcasting partner, Max Toma, went with the team to Grand Rapids, and the team's been playing there against the West Michigan Whitecaps this week. I had some stuff to cover here in Indianapolis this week. The Colts played the Buccaneers last night, and I was covering that in the press box, and then had my radio show. So, today, I guess, today is technically an off day for me, but not the team, and back to it at home on Tuesday.
So you watched Brady play yesterday?
Yeah, I guess so. He only played one drive, so the experience watching Brady yesterday was pretty short, even though he was pretty efficient with 6 of 8 for 44 yards, and that was cool. But, Michael, Tom Brady, he was playing in Indianapolis a year ago in a regular season game. The Bucs were in town, and I was in the press box for that one too, and obviously he plays the full game, but even more special, maybe Colts fans don't like to hear this, but he led a fourth quarter game-winning drive. So you get to see what Tom Brady does, and he has made so many of those in a prolific career. So pretty cool.
He's amazing. And college football season just started a few days. Yesterday in NFL, 2 weeks is it now? So it's close.
Yeah, there's kind of that weird pause now from only 3 preseason games. You get a 2-week break in the NFL till week 1. So, the Bears and the Colts and all other teams around the Midwest are going to have some time here to figure it out over the next couple of weeks before things get rolling in the middle of September. So, it's going to be fun.
So, did you grow up in Chicago or where?
Yeah, I did. I was born in the city, but my parents moved down to the south suburbs. I'm from a suburb called Mokina. It's just beside both New Lenox and Orland Park. So grew up there, spent all my childhood there, just like, you are in the suburbs. And so I had a great time, went to Lincoln Way East High School. That's really where the broadcasting stuff started, Michael. And I was able to call some games at East, football, basketball, and baseball, and then ultimately, as you know, went to the state of Indiana to attend Butler University here in Indy, and that's what led me to South Bend.
Did you grow up a Cubs fan or a Sox fan? I gotta ask.
Cubs all day, man. I did have some family members who were diehard Sox fans, and to be honest with you, it was tough because, the Sox, they won their World Series when I was 10. That was 2005, and it was tough being from the South Side. It was tough. I was one of the only Cubs fans in my class at the time, so I was getting hammered on the bus every day by, people making fun of me for being a Cubs fan, but I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. So how cool is it to, be broadcasting for a team that literally is part of the developmental process for the Cubs? Like, you can't have the Cubs without the minor league team.
It's special. It really is special because South Bend's only about a 90-minute drive from my parents' house. So not only do they get to come out and enjoy the games, aunts, uncles, cousins. I've had 10 South Bend Cubs games. And, as you know, Michael, Andrew Berlin and his team do a fantastic job. Joe Hart, Nick Brown, Chris Hagstrom, the entire crew in South Bend. And they've been kind to me. They've given me all kinds of opportunities to shine and make a name and call games in the organization. I mean, you get some unbelievable reps with the games on Marquee Sports Network and even locally in South Bend with the games on WSBT radio. I mean, just last month, David Kaplan was visiting with Andrew, and Cap was able to join me in the booth, and what was really cool, the next day, Cap does his radio show in Chicago from 7 to 10 every morning, and they played some broadcast highlights from the night before, South Bend Cubs games. Yeah, so, I mean, Andrew's a guy that knows everybody, and everybody knows Andrew, and he's made a great name for himself, both in the business industry with Berlin Packaging, and now the baseball world, of course, with his time with the White Sox, and then investing in the Cubs, and of course purchasing the South Bend Silverhawks and now the South Bend Cubs. So I owe a lot to Andrew Berlin, and I'm thankful for him.
So Pat Hughes just kind of inducted to the Cubs Hall of Fame 2022. I know you're kind of close to him. What's your reaction to that?
Special, really special. And the reaction that Pat gave, where Frank Kenny gives him the note to read, and he says, this is not verbatim, but I'm going in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it was just such a sincere reaction. I think sincere is a perfect word to describe Pat. He's a walking thesaurus, and the guy can paint a picture with all kinds of colors and every color on the landscape. He's just such a special guy. And as you said, Michael, I'm thankful for him that he's really become my mentor over the last few years. I grew up listening to him, with my grandparents. I mean, my grandparents picked me up from school every day. And in the spring and the fall, when the Cubs were still playing, the radio dial went to 720 WGN every day that I got picked up from school. That's, of course, before they went to the Score. But, yeah, I mean, Pat has meant so much to my life as me idolizing him growing up and then now in a mentorship role. So couldn't be happy for him. I mean, he's a guy that deserves it. And but the thing about Pat, I mean, he's still got a long way to go. He's had an illustrious career, but, he's still got it, and he always will. I mean, he's one of the best ever. So I look forward to listening to him for, years to come.
Yeah, it's a great moment for him. So new chapter kind of for the Cubs. They let go Rizzo, Baez, the whole crew. I think from 2016 there's only 2 players left. Was it the right decision, you think, to start, rebuilding?
Yeah, I don't know really if my opinion on that would make big weight, but I do believe, and I've said this many times, Michael, that the state of the organization right now, it's maybe because I see it every day, and that could be an easy thing to say, but I truly mean it when I say I was only a fan right back in 2014, 15, 16 when the big guys were coming up, Riz, KB, Javi. What I see every day here in 2022, it excites me more than 2014 did when the guys were coming up.
Really?
And I say that because not maybe from just a pure talent perspective. Everybody's got talent. You wouldn't be playing baseball if you weren't talented. But the depth of the Cubs system right now, you feel like back when they were getting ready for that 2016 run, that it was the big 3, right? It was Rizzo, KB, Baez.
Yeah.
I'd argue right now there are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 serious-looking guys that can come up and help this team eventually. I don't know about next year. I don't know about 2024. I don't comment on when they might arrive, obviously. But whenever they do arrive, man, the guys like the PCAs, Brennan Davis, Jordan Wicks, DJ Hurst, Owen Casey, Kevin Alcantara, Matt Mervis. I mean, the list just goes on and on. And of those 7 guys that I just rattled off, they all play different positions. I mean, Brennan can play any outfield spot. PCA is the future center fielder. Owen has primarily played right. Wixie and Hers are starting pitchers. Matt Mervis is a really good first base prospect. From what I understand, Alcantara at Myrtle Beach plays all over. This is exciting, Michael. And especially that these guys are young. PCA is still only 20. Brennan Davis is still only about to turn 23. So it just excites me so much, not only because these guys are talented, but they're good human beings. And I know the city of Chicago is going to love them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And also the point that the Cubs also have, on their team, Morel, Wisdom, Horner. So they got the system, and then they also got the people in Wrigley kind of there already.
Absolutely. And you look at what, as you said, Chris Morel has done. Nico Horner has become one of the best shortstops in the National League.
Yeah.
I think Nelson Velasquez has come up to the big leagues and has done some really good stuff.
Suzuki.
Great to see Nick Madrigal healthy and back. I love Ian Happ. He's a great dude. Wilson Contreras is the heartbeat of that team. But even from a pitching standpoint, I mean, you see guys like Caleb Killian coming up, and soon Hayden Wesneski, the kid that they got from the Yankees. I love what Jed Hoyer's doing.